Larry Brown was born into an aviation family. The son of a World War II Navy combat air crewman, he always knew he wanted to fly. After attending Clark Community College in Vancouver, he was drafted into the Army in 1966 and went to flight school. Upon completion, was appointed a warrant officer and sent to Vietnam. His first assignment was an Aero Scout pilot flying an OH-13 and OH-6 Loach helicopters with the 1st Squadron, 9th of the 1st Air Cavalry. Being an Aero Scout was one of the most dangerous jobs in the Air Cavalry, as they searched out the enemy and drew their fire so heavily armed attack helicopters could take out the threat. Brown returned to the U.S. in 1968 to serve a tour as a flight instructor before receiving a direct commission to second lieutenant and assignment to Command and Staff Teams Branch, where he used his combat experience to develop Aero Scout tactics and training. He returned to Vietnam as an Aero Scout with the 3rd Squadron, 17th Cavalry before being given command of his old unit, E Troop, 1st Squadron, 9th of the 1st Air Cav, and remained until the unit stood down in early 1971. He then went on to fly the CH-54 Skycrane in Germany with the 295th Aviation Company. In 1973, Brown left active duty and came to Evergreen Helicopters to fly Bell 205s and S-64 Skycranes on jobs involving heavy lift, logging, and firefighting operations. He rose to the position of chief pilot before leaving Evergreen in 1975. Brown returned to Evergreen in 2000 as Director of Operations before moving on to Helicopter Transport Services in Corvallis. There, he again flew the Skycrane to fight wildfires throughout the western U.S. before transferring to heavy lift helicopters of Apple Valley, California in 2003 to continue firefighting with the S-64. Brown also continued to serve his country as an active duty Oregon National Guardsman. Joining the 1st Battalion, 162nd Infantry in 1976, he was later assigned to the newly formed 1st Battalion of the 249th Infantry Division as Operations and Intelligence Officer. This brought a promotion to Major. He then became Security, Plans, and Operations Officer with the 82nd Brigade, and in 1988 was promoted to Lieutenant Colonel. Brown then assumed the position as Brigade Executive Officer before becoming Commanding Officer of the 3rd of the 186th Infantry Anti-Armor Battalion. He next served as Operations Officer for the 82nd Brigade until November 1995, when he was promoted to full Colonel and assigned as Director of Military Personnel for the entire Oregon National Guard. His retirement in 1996 brought to an end 30 years of service to his country. Retiring from flying in 2007, Brown amassed 13,516 hours of flight time and earned numerous awards, including the Silver Star with 2 Oak Leaf Clusters, Legion of Merit, Distinguished Flying Cross with 3 Oak Leaf Clusters, the Bronze Star, the Purple Heart with 3 Oak Leaf Clusters, and many, many more. Larry Brown remains active in his community and church and lives with his wife in McMinnville, Oregon, their home for the last 40 years.